Dashboard sheets enable users to build interconnected and screen-responsive dashboards, making it easy to summarize information and maintain layouts across different report consumers. To add a dashboard sheet, go to the Visualize option in the ribbon and select the Dashboard Sheet option. A new sheet is inserted where we see that we have specific properties that we can set, as well as a dedicated ribbon option. We can use this to start adding objects into the dashboard. Let's add a slicer. We will use the geography hierarchy and set the slicer to a list box showing all geography as well as the countries. We can add a second slicer, this time on the measures. Next, we can add in a new grid. For speed, we will use a favorite once in the designer. Once loaded, we notice that all elements are interconnected. As I click on the slicer, the grid changes, even though I haven't linked the two together. This is because both objects are part of the red category. There are multiple categories, so we can create different groups of linked objects. One object can belong to multiple groups. If we go back into the grid designer, we see that in the geography selection, we have dashboard selection as a member. We can make changes to this in the same way as any other selection. I will change it here to the children. The grid will now display the detail for whichever member is selected in the slicer or across other objects in the dashboard. If we already have highly formatted charts in the workbook, we can import those into the dashboard using the Import Existing option. We simply choose the chart to move and it will be added into the dashboard sheet. The chart has not been added as part of any group. We can change this and all objects will be automatically linked. As I click on the different dates in the chart, the members in the slicer and the numbers in the grid change. We now have created a very simple dashboard with interlinked objects. If I reduce the screen size, we notice the dashboard will resize too. We also notice that when the screen becomes too narrow, the information becomes hard to read. Targets will remedy this. Targets enable users to create new layouts based on the screen size. If we know the report will be viewed on mobile, we can change the layout to make better use of the space available. We will do this with the dashboard task pane, where we will add a target. We will choose the phone portrait. The sheet has swapped to a more vertical layout. We notice the objects are still there, ready to be moved, which I will do now with simple drag and drop. We can now exit the design view. The dashboard automatically chooses the most appropriate layout. If I shrink the window, we see it applies the phone target and the objects reposition themselves. Let's see this on a more developed dashboard. Here we have a fully built dashboard which we can easily publish to the web. We can now open it in a browser and the report will display correctly, even on a much smaller screen.